Welcome, welcome, Cancers. Welcome. I'm going to get right into your reading, guys. This is for the 15th through the 21st, but I first want to say thank you for all of you that have been sticking through, trying to wait to see my readings. It's been a real rough couple of months, and I thank you for sticking around and sharing. And yeah, so it's, the work has been very hard to go back into the corporate world and into a toxic environment. So it has been a big challenge emotionally, physically because of my knee replacement, and also too spiritually trying to keep that empath bubble around me so I don't absorb their energies, but also just share love and light and how toxic it is. Anyway, so thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to get right into this now. Excuse me. This is a week of full moon. And we also have a lunar eclipse. This is something that is going to bring intense energies. And as I've been sharing with all the signs, please, this is a thing to just sort of keep in your hat a little bit for the week, is be mindful what you promise. This is, I guess, sort of what Divine is trying to say. Be really mindful what you promise. Say what you mean and mean what you say. So don't promise something that you have no intention of following through. And this is going to get you on a path of really thinking about yourself and your future. It's going to change your thought process because you're going to think before you say, and you're not going to hurt someone or get somebody's expectations up and then you don't follow through. Then there's a big ripple of negative energy effect that goes with that. So Divine is saying, say what you mean what you say. All right. So that's his message, one of his messages. I've already have your future card, your current card, and your Divine's card. Some people are like, what the heck is a Divine card? Well, I have a special deck. So you come to tarot with a question. You come to tarot with a challenge or something that you're really wanting to know. This is the second dimension. This is Divine, Holy Spirit, God, however you want to say it. This is what he's trying to share with you and tell you, that maybe will help you through that. Okay. It might be an answer directly. It may be something that you need to think about, maybe something that you need to transform, whatever it is. All right. So today, his message for you is being a storyteller. Okay. So we need to share our stories. Everybody has a story. This is the number 8. Okay, in numerology, everybody has a story to tell. Sometimes we think that it is nothing. Sometimes we think that it isn't even meaningful to somebody else. But whatever your story is may just help another person. As minimal as you think it might be, you have no idea the impact on another person that it may have. So share your story. If you have one that you come to forefront in your foremind, well, I was talking to somebody and they, for me, hypothetically, somebody was talking about, oh, they knew somebody who was sexually abused, or maybe they had incest or something of that nature. And I'm like, okay, if I don't share my story, then how is somebody going to know that they're out there not alone? That maybe they feel alone and that they're not alone. So I share my story. Oh, yeah, I have gone through that and I help people and coach through that. And so I share my story a little bit in hopes that that person may not feel alone, that maybe that they can have a partnership with somebody to understand it, that kind of a thing. Hello, welcome, welcome, Lena. So that is the thing. You have a story. What is it that you can share this week? Remember, it might be something deep because with the full moon and the eclipse, these are going to be deep, deep discussions with someone. Now, it might be a story that you need to get out. Maybe you're in a relationship and you need to share something with somebody. Maybe you're keeping something that you're ashamed of. Maybe you're keeping something that you feel that is really horrible to you. But when you share that with your partner or your relationship, they're like, oh, is that all it is? So your perspective might be just a little bit off. So these deep discussions are because of the full moon in Taurus. It's going to be also because of the eclipse, and also Mercury is in a trine with 3 planets. And we'll talk about that when we do the full moon reading. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll hit the all bell, and you'll be able to come on for that, because it's going to be a really intense full moon. So just hold on to your hats, because a lot of deep discussions going on. But the good thing about that, your current energy is a partnership. So whatever that story, whatever that deep discussion you're going to have, it's going to be uncomfortable, because it's the number 5 in numerology. It's not something you're used to sharing. And that's okay, because sometimes we have to work through that sort of, it's like a novice feeling. It's like something that you're not used to doing all the time, because you don't have muscle memory to do it. For me, I tell my story of my sexual abuse. It becomes more easier each time I do it, because I'm more it's more common, and more, it's helping other people. But when I first started talking about it, oh, very uncomfortable. Didn't want to talk about it. Thought that I was alone. Thought people would judge me, because I was in a secular world. I don't care what people think of me now, because I know that divine, that's all that matters to me, what he thinks and what I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm a conduit here for you guys. So this partnership is going to be sort of uncomfortable at first, but it's actually going to be a good thing, because it's going to bond you guys closer together. Now, this could be a family member. This could be a friend. This could be a relationship. This could be a friendship growing into a relationship, because I'll tell you right now, ladies, if you become vulnerable with a guy, if you share a little bit of your vulnerability, that will attract him even more, because men are very much a protector, a rescuer, a provider, a fixer, and they will feel included in their life. So this is why this energy is really important this week, because it's going to be deep discussions. I'm actually going to have one with a friend, a male friend who wants to date, and we'll see how it goes. So this week, because it is about deep discussions this week. And I have to face that that's just what we're going to talk about. Maybe he has something to share that I don't even know that's a deep discussion. We'll see. All right. So your future energy is to ground. It is your foundations. It is your earth fairy. It is the number 9. This is the energy from the 19th through the end of the month. This is the full moon energy forward. This is what is happening. This is what is going on to grow your physical health, your spiritual health, your mental health. What I've just been talking about is actually what you need to be doing to grow yourself and grow and learn about somebody else as well. Stop going by your perspective. Learn what another person's perspective is first. Okay, and then you might be surprised your perspectives may be the same. Okay, your first card out is the Queen of Wands, and then your second card is the Ace of Swords. I can't make this stuff up. Definitely discussions. Now, be having the discussion with the right person. I would say stay away from your friends. You know, if you're ladies, you're gonna, oh, I need to tell him this. I need to. Don't do that. Go to divine, because my worry is that who you are going to share this information with is going to go gossip it. That's why it's really important, if you've got something to discuss with one person, a family member, a friend, a relationship, you go discuss it with them. Do not discuss it with anybody else. Don't discuss it with anybody else. This is a chance at new, honest truth between two people. Now that could, I don't see a boss. I don't see pentacles here at all. So it's not work related. So there is something that needs to be told in your story with one person. This isn't for a bunch of people. Okay. This is a time for, if you're used to doing that, going, well, I got to go ask my girlfriends. I got to go, I'm sort of curious what they're going to say. I really want to know what they're going to say. I've got to go ask my guy friends before I, ask her to marry me. I got to go ask. No, this is a time to mature. This is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is about a maturing page. It is about a curious page, but it's got to be curious in the right way. Okay. And this is where your center card is. You have 2 number 1s here. Manifesting. Manifesting. You can manifest things earthly and secularly, or you can manifest things more spiritually. If you go and discuss things in private with this person or talk to this person, you not only build a bond, you manifest a bond that is closer. And maybe if it's something that you really don't want to talk about, I don't know. I keep hearing STD. Sorry, guys. That's it. Like if somebody has a STD that they don't want to talk about because it's something that won't go away, then, and that's their lifetime, and you want to get intimate with this person and you need to talk to them and they leave, then that's not the person for you. Okay. But if they stick around and say, hey, we can work through this or we can work through that, we'll figure a way, that kind of a thing, then maybe that divine is manifesting that relationship for you. But it's got to be a one-on-one conversation. Okay. Very spiritual. Very spiritual. Somebody definitely, I don't know why pride keeps showing up here. Cockiness, pride, whatever. I don't know. This is somebody, and it's coming towards the manifestation because they don't want you to have it. Welcome, welcome. Hey, is it Tashuna? Tashuna? What a pretty name. But this is somebody coming towards you that maybe has a little bit too much pride. And it's trying to stop you from manifesting what you want. Okay. Or it's somebody with a negative attitude saying, just tell me, just tell me. I won't tell anybody. No, I need to discuss this with in private. Because the thing is, ladies, a lot of the times we talk about our relationships together with what we really shouldn't be talking about. What we should be talking about with our person in private, say, my boyfriend or whatever, that's something that's shared between. We don't need to take that outside of that relationship, but us women have a habit of doing that. That's this card here that I said don't, because this is something that is actually between two people. This pride, I don't know why this pride is coming up. I may get a little bit of manifestation. I don't think this is you. I think this is somebody coming at you, trying to stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing, telling your story. Okay. Because that's the energy this week. Divine is saying, tell your story, tell your story. Okay. But we got to tell our story to the right person. And we have to be disciplined enough to say, you know what? I don't need to tell my girlfriends this. This is actually pretty private, or my guy friends this, because this is private between Patty and me. I really shouldn't be talking about that. Or, this is private. But we tend to go and say, oh yeah, that's not a healthy thing. That's not a spiritual thing. So this is the challenge for you this week. There is some romance coming towards somebody, but somebody's going to push it off. Okay. They're not going to discuss that conversation. Maybe it's a friendship going into a relationship. Maybe it is a relationship wanting to go to the next level. Somebody's going to push it off because this is your challenge card. And it's fate, and they're going to push it off because it's a divine intervention that it's happening, but you're going to be tested. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test who you're going to tell your story to, share what it is that you need to, be the conduit for somebody, show them that they're not alone in their stress or in their troubles or in their process, show them that they're, loved and compared and not compared, but, compelled to be love. Okay. This is where where you come in, but there's somebody that doesn't want you to do that. It's sort of like, oh, you're a goody two shoe. Oh, you've gone through that. Oh. Know why they do that? Do you know why people do that? Do you know why people try to stop you from doing things? Because they want you to stay stuck where they are. Okay. Because that would break a partnership away. I've had to walk away from friendships. When I was bodybuilding and I was changing my bad habits to good habits, I was training, I was eating, I was working. I had to stop a friendship. I didn't go out with her anymore because it was drinking and dancing and staying out late. And I actually had to be up at 4 o'clock to train. Yes, people, I did. I went from 215 pounds down to 136 pounds in 1 year. That is discipline. And I was on a bodybuilding stage at 136 pounds. Being a sexually abused victim and not done all my healing, that was the biggest challenge I had in my life. I'm telling you guys, I don't share this very often, but that was the biggest challenge for me to strip down into a tiny little posing suit and stand in front of hundreds and hundreds of people in this big auditorium with 4 women on stage. I was shaking inside like no tomorrow. Did I tell my story at that time? No, I didn't. Did I tell my story later? Yes. I wrote a book. I help people. I got a degree in nutrition and fitness. But the thing is, my healing wasn't done. And I was scared as all get out because my trainer didn't even know what had happened to me. So that is why you'll see down below that there is the 3 series about picking up the pieces with sexual abuse. This is telling your story. There is something you have to share. And Divine is saying, share it, please share it, because somebody feels alone out there in something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. All right. And you Cancers, you guys got a real keen ear. You can pick things out. You're very detailed. Definitely very detailed. Very detailed. You guys have got it together. Yeah, manifest it. This is the center of your reading, guys. This is definitely the center of your readings. I don't know who this is for. And this is actually, it might even bring some justice. Justice usually is, the justice card's usually about legal matters or whatever. But this also might be justice in somebody having some closure. I don't think closure will ever happen. Like I talk about the sexual abuse, it never goes away. You just have to learn to live with it and learn what is fair for you, not for anybody else. Nothing is, some things are never ever fair. However, what is fair for your journey and what can you handle? I had so many people saying, counselors and people saying, well, and even after 25, 30 years saying, well, you can send them to jail. You can send them to jail. What good is that going to do now? I've already healed. I already forgiven. I've already moved on. Why would I do that? It makes no sense to me. It is earthly sense, secular sense. Oh yeah, go after him, go after him. That's secular. That's not divine. Because whatever happens, he's living his life in torment. Every time he hears, sexual abuse or incest or whatever, every time he hears that, he's living in his own hell. If he hasn't made peace with divine. Same with the person who killed my brother. He's living in his own hell. And divine's vengeance is worse than whatever I could do anyway. Yeah. See, if you tell your story, oh my gosh, God, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So if you tell your story, you will release a lot of nightmares. You'll release a lot of terrors. Sometimes it can be overwhelming and too much. It can be. But you only go to where you can handle, and you get a coach. If you need me to be your coach, or if you just need to email me, email me. It can be overwhelming. However, there is times of healing. You'll go through little steps of healing, but it's going to release the torment. It's going to release this bondage. Let me tell you, I've been there. It's going to release a bondage for you guys. Whatever this story is, because there's a partnership somewhere. I don't know what the partnership is. Friend, family, lover, I don't know. However, the beautiful thing is it's building a new foundation, a new grounding. It's resetting it, because what happens when we have some type of PTSD or trauma, our mind is twisted in our decisions and our choices. But when we can reset, when we can heal and we can learn to live with it and we learn to grow and manage it, yes, you're going to have triggers once in a while, but those triggers become less and less and less because it becomes less important to you. But the thing is, it also releases the nightmares, the terrors, the depression, the anxiety, because now you're working with spirit. You're working with divine. You're working with God. You're not working in a secular world. Trust me, I went through so many secular counselors. I'm like, this ain't helping, this ain't helping, this ain't helping. And then finally I went to a spiritual counselor. He was, I think, Christian counselor at that time. And I was like, wow. And I was just going through a divorce and everything at that time. And it was just like, wow, night and day. But then all of a sudden I heard divine say, I'm your counselor. And I'm like, whoa. Yes, you are. So very, very different. But the thing is, there's a lot of release. And the reason why I was like, whoa, thank you, God, because the sun is in the center and he's right there beside you. The Hierophant. And the Hierophant, this is a spiritual awakening year, because the Hierophant is the card for the year. This is a spiritual awakening year. This is a time to wake up and realize, okay, what can I contribute? What story can I share? What or where can I volunteer? Where can I help? Where can I be the conduit and grow a partnership and reset my grounding, because my grounding has been secular. My grounding has been earth, caring about what everybody else thinks, everybody else wants me to do, everybody else, living for somebody else. When you live spiritually, you're living your authentic self, you, with all your faults and all your hardships, but you also have beautiful things to share. You're a beautiful person, and God created you in love, and there's a lot of love there. But a lot of the times we squish it because we worry about what this freaking secular, earthbound, destructive place does to us. Okay. Cancers, this is huge. This is a big reset for you guys. And this is also too full moon energies in Taurus and the eclipse. This is the part from the 19th through the end of the month to dig deep in what you need to do to help you heal and help you tell your story. Okay. We all have pain. We're all go through things, I don't know enough about it, and I'm not saying anything bad about it, but in the gay community, when they can't even express themselves the way that they authentically feel they are, may not be the authentic them, but it may be how they feel they are, then that is also too, you're not telling your story. You're not giving it out. But I will tell you, working and being a coach, that a lot of people have a lot of PTSD and trauma that are in that gay community. And if they would dig deep into that, they would realize their authentic self is waiting to scream to get out because they haven't been able to since they were little. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that, because that is a very touchy, hot topic. And definitely. All right. So let me do a moon card really quick, because this is longer than everybody's. I'm trying to keep them at about 15 minutes this week. Love you. Love you. What does that say? Show the world the real you. That is what the moon is saying. And that I'll go back to what I was saying in the very, very beginning. Say what you mean what you say. Don't promise anything. Don't say anything until you literally mean it. So if you're going to tell somebody, I love you, really mean it. You better dig into your spirit. Do you really mean that you love them? Or do you mean that you're in love with them? Because there's a very big difference. You can love in 8 different ways. There's 8 different ways to love. There's 8 different forms of love. There's 5 different love languages. So this is a really big thing. So these 2 cards, Divine is telling you to actually show the world the real you. All right. All right. Oh, yeah, I would love to work with you as well, or talk with you. Yeah, definitely. Email me, because they're free. Everything's free. I do this for free. This is my calling and my purpose. People shouldn't be charging for calling and purposes. Anyway, but that is just me. All right. I hope that you guys have a good week. Remember, this is about your grounding, resetting your grounding, your foundation. Remember to talk to the person that you're supposed to be talking to. Don't share it with a bunch of people, because somebody there is not on your side. It is very prideful and is going to go to somebody else. This is something, whatever is deep inside you is not to be shared with a bunch of people, because you don't know who has your back. Okay. You don't know who's the good out for you. Especially like if you talk to people at work, you'll find real quick in a place who's the one that goes and talks, because I learned that real quick as a manager. With this new store, it's the ones who come up and tell me all the information first that I can't trust. And I know who they are now in the company. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget, full moon on the 18th or 19th, not sure. Subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when I'm on then. And I'm back, and I thank you for all your support through the last couple of months. I really was going through a struggle trying to get back into the corporate world, rebuilding my empath bubble really thick, because there is a lot of toxic stuff going on out there. So thank you. Thank you very much. I don't think we're going to get to the 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year to give away some free readings. But if we do, that's still open. And I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers, not for the money, but to be able to go and be live. I can't be live on my phone. I would love to be doing some downloads like some of these other tarot readers and just coming on and saying, hey, I just got this message. Want to share it with you. I can't do that unless I have 1,000 subscribers. So don't know if that'll happen or not. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and walk in absolute truth and your authentic you. Tell your story and love and light. Take care. Thank you, Tashana. Take care. Email me.